Hello, hello. Hi there, my name is Rosemerry and I am an iTutor Group consultant, and I wanted to share something with you today. Couple of things. I wanted to just be helpful. Most of the times, consultants come on and they make videos that are designed to be helpful. So this is my helpful tips. Um, when you're a newbie in iTutor Group, it can be helpful to know some of the tips and tricks. One of the big ones that I wanted to share with you today was not checking your ratings constantly. That is something that it is probably natural for iTutor Group consultants to do initially because the ratings are important in terms of it doesn't impact the dashboard, which is your rating over I think it's the 200 most recent classes, which impacts your pay, which can impact whether you get an email saying, please take this training to thank you for your service, that kind of, thing. So the ratings are definitely important. But I do want to say that I have heard a couple of people talk about not checking the rating and just giving it your best with each class, not being so concerned about that rating. Because when you get a rating that is unfair and very low, it's really going to put you in a different state of mind, and that can be very difficult to come out of. So, and it's challenging. They want you to have a really pretty high rating consistently. Depending on your particular contract, they'll let you know specifically what your rating is supposed to be. But when you start falling a bit, it can be a little bit unnerving and discouraging. And there's nothing to tell you not to panic except for other consultants that say, don't panic. Do your best. Those ratings will come back up. You are going to get those students sometimes that are going to be unfair and they're going to give you a bad rating. And there is now a greater percentage of those unfair ratings that are appealed that will not impact your paycheck, but it still goes into your overall dashboard. And so when you look into your dashboard, you will see your rating, and you want to keep the negative rating, down low, very, very low. And initially, I didn't even know if that was possible because it can be so very random. But the longer you are with iTutor Group, and I've been with iTutor Group for 4 months now, but even at I'll say the 3 month mark, I noticed, in fact, I specifically kept myself from looking at my rating during my third month because I kept hearing that advice, and I knew that when I was looking at the rating consistently or constantly, it would put me, 1 minute, oh wow, I got a 10. The next minute you get the one, and it's like, what? And most of the time, a one is going to be unfair because we're all able to teach. Some of that, as you may have experienced already, someone may be complaining about the noise in the background, and it's not you. It may be another student. You try to mute. Um, Maybe they keep unmuting. That happens. So all that to say, take those things in stride. I am, from experience, I'm speaking from experience. So I really want this to be encouraging to you. It will happen. It won't happen all the time. It will tank your rating, but only for a moment, because the more you teach, the higher your ratings will come back, or the faster they'll they'll come back to the positive. So, just wanted to encourage you with that. And I wanted to also share a story that I also I want will hopefully be encouraging. If you're in some of the iTutor groups, you will see folks talking about the Holy Grail. So that means if they, had, well, I think I'm saying this correctly. Let's say you've got, you know, an adult class, 45 minutes, and you've got 6 students, they all show up and you get all tens. That is awesome. Um, so that happened to me almost just yesterday. I had a 45-minute class. Everything really went well, very smooth. And I had 6 students, 5 10s, and 1 9. And the 9, there was no comment, there was no reason. But I complain? No. I was very happy with that. It was the first time it had happened. There are some things that I did at the end that I think contributed. One thing that I did throughout the class was I greeted the students initially. I let them know that I was glad to have them in class. And I told them, please feel free to ask questions. I was just very, try to really make a connection with the students. You want to, if you can get them laughing a little bit, that's even better. It doesn't guarantee good ratings, but it really goes a long way to get a lot of good ratings. So I also at the end mentioned to them, or I asked them to share with me in the comment section when they give me the rating, if there was something that they gained from the class. What did you learn? Tell me one thing you learned. I also took a few minutes to do that at the end. And it doesn't take a long time, but those are the type of things where you've spent that class time giving each person plenty of time to speak, to talk, to read, to share opinions. And then at the end, that's a really good way to kind of cap off the class, and usually you'll get compliments right then. And then, as I mentioned, you will get your good ratings at the end. So I felt really good about that. And then I noticed that I had another 45-minute class today, and was feeling a little bit nervous because I was like, "Ooh, am I going to get another streak of tens?" And I did. And this I wanted to stress to you that it doesn't have to go perfect. Your class does not have to be perfect in the sense of there are going to be glitches. My camera was not working properly at the beginning of the class. And I had just gone into where I am now, the Tutor Meet area, and I checked it, and I need to share my my screen so that you can see what I'm referring to. So let me do that very quickly. I am in the Tutor Meet area, which allows you to go in and actually practice. I'm going to put myself right there. You can go in here and you can practice, which is a very good idea to do. So you can check your camera, you can check your volume. If you go right here to this gear and then scroll down, you can see where you can select the microphone that you need to use, and you can select the webcam. So, and right now I'm actually using Zoom. So you're looking at, I'm not using my webcam. Well, my webcam is using Zoom. So I use OBS in the classroom. So that's what I clicked. I tested it. It was fine. And then when class started, for what I cannot tell you why, but it's technology, it glitched and I could not get it to open. And in fact, it went to another section. So I am beginning to feel like, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. But I kept my calm and I explained what I was doing, and I got back into, I was still in the class. I was able to talk to the students. So I, greeted the students, and, as they were coming in, and we began class, and I actually had a student do some of the reading, and they got things started. So to the best of your ability, these were adults. So this is what I was able to do. I would love to know if you want to leave comments on if you have technical difficulties with children that would really be helpful, I think, for all of us. So if you have had those issues with children and you've done something that's really been helpful, it would be great if you leave a comment and share. But I kept things rolling, and then I was finally able to switch and get to just my regular webcam. And I calmed down, and I am pretty good at. I felt very nervous inside, but I've been told that I'm pretty good at sort of having that poker face, not really letting people know how I feel. So I kept the frazzle way down low, just tried to keep myself going. That helped. We went through the class again. I make sure that my students have plenty of time to share, and even today we had issues with sound, but I kept rolling. The thing is to keep rolling and to give everybody plenty of opportunity, encouragement. We got to the end, and we had a few minutes, so I took that time and let them share what they gained from class, and thank them. And I always thank them. I always let them know that I appreciate them letting me be their teacher, and that I hope I get to work with them again. Oftentimes, I'm noticing that people are coming back, and so I'm having some repeat students. And I had the Holy Grail today. So I had 5 students, and I got my 5 10s. And sometimes that can be, you see people getting those scores and you wonder how they're doing it, but you're going to come into your own flow. Plus, you do want to take a look at the other YouTube videos where people are giving good tips, because there's some awesome tips. Take advantage of the live trainings that iTutor Group provides, and just keep at it, and you are going to do well. So if you have comments or questions, please leave them in the chat, and I would love to be more help. My name is Rosemerry, and just love to see you do well with iTutor Group. If this is what you're doing these days. And I just want to also thank you for spending some time with me and allowing me just to share my win. Hopefully it's going to be your win. Don't forget to not worry about those ratings on a daily basis. Wait for the month to end, then look back at your ratings. You'll learn a few things, but it's really much better just to do your best and come with a smile, even when it's going downhill. You never know. You just never know. You might be able to save that class, and come out with a really good rating, and have fun. So thanks once again. Have a great afternoon. And if you did find this helpful, please give the video a like and a subscription. And I hope I'll be able to come back with some more videos with some helpful tips. Thank you once again.